I'm from Impact Graphics. We're a local sign and graphic shop. Our parent company is a local investigative firm. We started offering exhibit boards to attorneys and as well as other graphics, and as that graphics demand increased over the years, Impact Graphics was born, and we started offering more than just exhibit boards and just small stickers and things of that nature. This year, Impact Graphics became its own LLC, so that was a big step for us. We have been in business since 2004, but it has kind of been a secondary business. Within the last few years, we really increased in sales and production, so we have formed its own business. So Impact Graphics, we offer traditional signs as well as dimensional signs. I'm just going to go through some slides here and show you guys some examples of work that we've done. Here's our local sign in Georgetown, right on the circle, the Delaware Community Foundation, as well as Fuqua, Uri, and Willard, a local attorney on the circle. This is their Rehoboth office that we have done. Everyone's familiar with Vanderwin's, I hope. Their ice cream is delicious. They're on 404. And Rick Ewing is now offering Vanderwin's ice cream at his hot sauce and wing shop in Seaford. So if you guys get over there. They also just recently opened a store in Dewey Beach, so I'm sure everyone at the beach is loving that. We also do some small LED and light-up signs. Here's one in Seaford. This is Rick Ewing's shop in Seaford. He offers wings and ice cream and hot sauces there. So we've done pretty much all of the sign work and advertising, from the lettering to the banner on the side there. We also do all of his label design and labels. These are some, job site signs for a local contractor that we've done. Another item that we offer in our shop is custom stickers for businesses. Those businesses use those for labels as well as promotional giveaways and stickers for advertising. These are labels from a chocolate shop in Seaford. These are stickers that one of the local tattoo shops use for advertising. So that's something that we offer. Rick does do private labeling, so we design different labels for companies that sell the sauce. Here's one for a local softball team. This is a promotional giveaway for them, so it's kind of a fundraising, if you will, that they do. We also offer vehicle lettering. Here's an example of some of the lettering that we've done. We also created this logo for the company. So they actually brought, I think, 4 or 5 vehicles to us to do. So we create striking graphics that emphasize business services and the contact information for the business. Vehicle lettering is a big part of advertising for businesses. Your vehicle's on the road more than someone passes a sign. So everyone that sees that vehicle, it's a very big advertising mark. So logo design is also something that we offer. Recently, we have created some logos for new companies, which is always nice because you start from a fresh slate. So we can get the ideas flowing and really sit down with the owner and develop something that they want to see. So we take their design ideas and turn them into a design concept. These are just some boat wraps. We actually wrapped the entire boat there to match the interior that the gentleman had. So what we do is we can sit down with the customer and actually go over everything and have them choose the colors that they want and maybe put together 2 or 3 different proofs for them to review. And then at that point, they can come in and kind of change things around, pick and choose from one or the other, and put together something that they really like. I don't know if you guys have heard of the Frozen Farmer, but we did this logo for them, and if you haven't, it's really good. They're taking their Evans Farms produce, which is a local farm who grows all of their produce locally, and they turn it into ice cream, sorbets, and juices. So it's very good, delicious, and a fresh taste of local produce in a different way. And this is another business. It's always nice to sit down with new businesses because, like I said, you're starting from a clean slate as opposed to old businesses who may not have the correct file or, the correct format to turn their logo into graphics. We also offer design and advertising, such as table tents for local businesses, full color magazine ads. This was a banner that we did for Delaware Distilling Company for him to take to the tasting events that they did. Here again is Eagle Wings. That went into a local newspaper, I believe. So these are some things that we've been offering. Also, we started offering wedding invitations as well as birthday invitations, signature boards for weddings. So this was a custom board that we did for someone's wedding. And we took and printed it on canvas and actually wrapped it around a frame so that it gave it just a little unique thing, and they can hang that on their wall after the wedding as opposed to a signature board that you may just toss into the closet. So this is something that they can showcase in their house and everyone can see for many years. Since we provide custom graphics and design for our clients, it was only natural for us to turn our personal customize into graphic design. I'm sorry. So we also offer interior graphics. This is a new thing that we're getting into. We're starting to do wall wraps. So this was someone's bathroom we took, and they had a vision of walking in. If you see the floor, it looks like water. So they wanted to look up into water. So we wrapped that entire bathroom so that you're looking from the floor, the bottom of water up. These are some other interior graphics that we do. This was the Vanderwinds at Dewey Beach. It was a dimensional sign that we did inside. We also offer maps. This was a map that we did for Solar City and Seaford, so it shows the different locations that they can go to. This was a magnetic map, so they can pinpoint where they're going to be working for the day and kind of show that so that it's easier to find their crews while they're out during the day and know where they're located. So recently we've also done a lot of the scoreboards in some of the schools, as well as some interior graphics for the schools. I think it's a really neat way to showcase the work inside of a school district, and it gives them, something to show. So that's it.
Thank you. And now it's time for questions and comments. And I see those little fingers up. Oh, that wasn't a hand up?
I'm so impressed.
Thank you.
Great job, absolutely. I know a number of the companies that you have listed, and the Frozen Farmer was just here 2 weeks ago, and we did get excellent survey.
Yes. Oh, yeah, it's very good.
Wonderful. How are you, number one is, where are you located?
We're just outside of Bridgeville, so we're about 10 minutes from here in between Bridgeville and Georgetown. Yep.
How are you building those collaborations? Let's start with the school.
Really, it's word of mouth. Like I said, we've been around for quite a few years. We really don't advertise that much locally. We have, like I said, it's been a secondary business for a few years prior to the last year or two. So we've kind of taken on work that we could handle. Within the last 2 years, though, we have expanded, so we're really trying to get the word out there and advertise more. But it's been word of mouth, basically.
How's business?
Business is good. This year has been very good for us. It was a busy spring. Everyone, forgets about it over the winter, and spring comes, and they're ready to go and need it by tomorrow. So business is good so far.
And lastly, how many skilled staff do you have?
We have 2 people on staff, and then from the other business, as needed, people will come over and help with, work as it comes. So, thank you.
Other questions?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
great opportunity, obviously, to do business in this area, especially because of the number of names that I've seen that you've done work for have been here before us, as Brenda pointed out. And to think that you are really operating on word of mouth, it seems to me that since you've gone to an LLC, which you made a big point of that break,
Yes, sir.
I would think that you would get into some more advertising locally at least, and use the same names that you're throwing up as references
Right.
for your work, and it all is obviously very professional, great
Thank you.
work. I guess my bottom line question is, if I came to you with a concept, you would take the concept complete to actually delivery on the job site?
Yes,
Or
sir.
do you sub a lot of the work out once you do the design graphics?
No, the majority of the work we do on site or in-house. So we start from graphic design to full production, printing. We have a 64-inch printer as well as a 54-inch cutter and laminator. So those are some things that we've, recently purchased over the last few years. The next big purchase is a new laminator. But yeah, everything is done in-house, and from design on up. I don't use templates or anything like that. So it's all from scratch. Yep.
Did you research your competitors as you started developing this in terms of your pricing compared to other companies that are doing similar things?
Pricing's always hard. There are some industry-specific not guidelines, but industry-specific books that they offer to help sign shops with pricing and then other things like that. But no, I haven't researched any of local competitors. I do ask people sometimes when I see vans out or other things, just out of curiosity, who did it, maybe get an idea of what they paid for it, just so, like, I know.
I used to be in marketing, and so I was very interested in what you were sharing. A lot of times when we think of a graphics company, we think of the labeling, the signage, the logos, stationery brochures, and so forth. But I saw two areas that I thought were kind of interesting, kind of as a niche, that if more people knew that you did that, it might open up some doors, and that was with the magnetic map signage,
Right.
as well as the
That's right.
wall wrapping. I could see, especially with some of these home developments and people that had plenty of money to play with this kind of thing.
Yeah, and I think that was a neat thing for them. So what they wanted to do, they have some safety crews that come through so they can know where everything is, and that people that come into the office in the afternoon, if someone has been gone, they can kind of see where all their crews are. And what we did for them was we created that map from scratch as well, and we went through and put a grid system in there so that all of the towns through the Delmarva Peninsula, mostly Delaware and Maryland, where their work area is, are alphabeticalized so that they can just go, A6, kind of like the old mapping systems, if you guys will, and find the town that they're in. So that it actually worked out really neat, and I think they get a lot of use out of it.
Well, I see a niche for you in that, too.
Thank you.
How about other questions, comments?
Yes, ma'am. Turnaround time. It depends on what the product is. We try to help customers out. Just in general, a customer called us Monday. They opened up a new business, and they're planning on opening tomorrow. So we will be doing their install tomorrow morning. So that includes 3 4x8 signs as well as 2 interior signs. So it all depends, depending on the job type and what your turnaround, what time frame you need to work within, what your time constraints are.
And are you working with any of our local chambers, business associations, developments, small business?
No,
No.
I don't believe so.
Do you have a business plan?
No.
Okay. What's our 5-year plan going forward then?
5-year plan, I would like to at least get 2 full-time employees possibly, and maybe increase with another printer, laminator, just some more equipment, probably.
So no need for working capital?
No.
Awesome. I was wondering. Good stuff.
Anyone else? I know we have some, oh, good.
Yes.
More of a comment. I think there's a big demand for logo creation. My background in being in this area is that it's, oh, by the way, you need a logo as well, part of like your
Right.
bundle, whatever, if it's a website or something else, like, oh, yeah, we can do that too. But idea generation, concepts to delivery, and then the ability to scale up through wraps and other visual elements, I think it's definitely needed down here, because some of the logo companies that I've seen are a little bit dated.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that that's something unique that we offer is start to finish, as far as a lot of people are specific to logo design or web development or certain types of signs, and we've kind of, over the years, I'm all self-taught. I didn't go to school for this. So this has kind of been a learning process over the past 6 or 7 years, and I think we're at a point now where I'm familiar with a lot of the things, so that's kind of why in the last 2 or 3 years we've really tried to ramp up business. And we've run into that issue where some files won't transfer from T-shirt, they'll design it for the logo, but the logo may have 10 colors in it, and they haven't simplified it enough to do T-shirts, and they really want to do T-shirts, but they didn't have that forethought when they did the logo design. And if you guys know, if you get T-shirts made, generally the more colors you have, it makes it much more expensive.
And, many of the small businesses that start up, they say, oh, I've got enough money to have a logo. And then, oh yeah, let's do business cards later. Maybe if you had a package where you could do a complete refresh at like year 5 and say, look, we're going to redesign all your swag from business cards to banners and create a consistency throughout. That way, it's more of and that way you're not working with a broke startup. You're working with a more established company, but you can offer sort of that integrated approach to all their swag across the board. I think that'd be a good package to set up.
Thank you.
I have one more comment. You mentioned that a lot of your business, or most of your businesses, come from word of mouth, and yet you were not active in chambers. I would encourage you, even if it's just one chamber at a time, because that word of mouth will spread exponentially, and it could be a great resource for you.
We are, I forgot, we are active in the Georgetown Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, good. Good.
I did forget that.
Okay, anyone else? Zeke, what can we do as a community to help support you?
Really just give us a chance to help you guys if you guys have a business or any interior graphics that you guys want, and help. I would like to work with you guys if you guys need anything as well in the future.